like have to go much more distance to see that the Earth is round.
So would you like to use the Bill Nye religious? Is your favorite priest Bill Nye or Neil deGrasse Tyson? Because if you're in the Bill Nye church, you'd have to say ships disappear over the horizon, meaning that curve's right there. You can see it. Yep, just a mile out. But if you're in the Neil deGrasse Tyson, then you'd say, oh, we got to go higher. We got to just keep going higher, guys. So, I mean, it depends on which, priest of scientism you want to believe, I guess.
Well, they all believe that we evolved from fecal matter soup, so I kind of like all of them.
Oh, Batman. So if you like all of them, so do like one Sunday you go to Bill Nye's church and then the next Sunday you go to Neil deGrasse? I mean, like how do you reconcile that they're preaching like totally different things?
Yeah, I just kind of like them all.
So you're just a fanboy. You're like a NASA fanboy? Like do you have a NASA hat and shirt and stuff like that? NASA backpack, water bottle?
I do. Actually, I sleep next to a globe.
I believe you. Is it like a plush globe or is it one of the plastic ones?
Sorry. So we're going to do some administration here. Pat
matter that
whoa,
24-hour sun makes no sense on a model.
Please, what flat Earth model?
The flat Earth model that you guys are speaking of. How would
No. There's no model, right?
Jenna, quiet. Hey, what flat Earth model did we present you here today?
If the Earth was flat, how would you be able to get a 24-hour?
I asked you a very specific question. What flat Earth model did we present you with today?
The fact that the Earth is flat.
Yeah, so flat is a description of the surface. Did we provide you a model?
Oh, you are being so semantic. It's unbelievable.
No, I'm asking you, did we present you with a model?
Why don't you just answer the question? How would a 24-hour sun work on a flat Earth?
Excuse me. Why was my question so difficult to answer?
You're being just totally semantic.
No, it's not a semantic argument, although semantics, being words and their meanings, is pretty important. So did I provide you with a model, or did you try to straw man us with one that you have in your head?
She left. If you're honest interlocker to run away.
Well, Mary Mom, you can continue if they're still here. Sorry for that interruption by Jackwagon.
I think they're gone, but maybe they'll come back. At least they were willing to ask some decent questions. I thought, even if that one guy was giggling a lot.
Yeah, go for it. So, I'm coming in here with an open mind, and hopefully I can explain this without sounding stupid. But my point is that coming in here with an open mind, and say I knew nothing about flat Earth, right? Say I'm just coming in here blind, right? I'm not coming in here exactly blind, but I'm coming in here to discuss this subject, and I don't know anything. Now, my question would be, why do you, or anybody in the chat, one at a time, please, why do you believe the Earth is flat? That's my main question.
It's not a belief.
I'm coming in here blind.
You asked it, now hush.
Can I ask you to do one more thing? Let me ask you to do one more thing. Why don't you just erase your mind of any preconceived notions about the Earth being a globe or flat?
Sorry, that's what I meant.
And you tell us. Okay. So, what is your experience? Do you experience a curved Earth?
Okay, so can I explain something real quick? So I'm going to answer your question. Your question. Okay, so I'm just going to have to explain it though. Forgive me. In advance. So when I look at the sky, right, and during the 4 seasons, because I live in Canada, so we have 4 seasons, as the United States does, and et cetera, et cetera. when I look at the sun during the fall and winter months, the sun seems more lower. Like, it's hard to explain. Like, it seems more lower.
Yeah, no, I know what you're talking about. So your angular relationship to the sun would be using a flat Earth. Go ahead, continue.
So you asked me to explain like my like say I knew nothing about a globe or whatever, just to explain.
Yeah, you said lower in the sky. That's an relationship to the place that you are. That angle would be.
That's how science works in the real world.
Didn't you know that like no models are like all models are wrong? That's a common aphorism within science.
I don't know if aphorisms are...
No, bro. The model should be built off the experimentation, not the other way around.
No, oftentimes you're making a model before you're able to... Like, that's what a hypothesis
you mean a guess. You mean
a hypothesis can oftentimes be a model.
Guess.
T-dub.
A
model is often a hypothesis.
So you create this reasoning why something's happening, and then instead of testing to see if it's happening, you just refer back to the thing that's happening to affirm that what you think is happening, right? The reason why it's happening is happening. Yeah,
another good example of this...
That's all it is, bro, is affirming the consequent homological fallacy.
No. Another example of this might be if you're looking at the horizon and it looks flat, you might propose a model that the Earth is flat, and that would explain why it looks flat, right?
No. We're not proposing models. Like you can make models of anything, and like the aphorism I just posted here, like all models are wrong, but some models are useful. So we can use the models that we have of the world, and some of them are useful, some of them are unverifiable. And so when it comes to the unverifiable, you just have to take that on faith. We like to test things for ourselves, so we tested the things that we can test. And the Earth is not a globe.
They're just stating that, or did you have? It doesn't particularly matter. What the important part is that you guys walk out of here with a better understanding of what models are and.
What do you mean? You're not teaching us anything new. Like we're literally teaching you that models are not exact replicas of reality right now. You're reifying models as real.
What I think what might be happening is a misunderstanding of what experiments do. Oftentimes experiments, actually, in science, experiments don't ever prove anything.
All right, so you're just confused.
I almost got through it, Flat Earth. I almost got through it, Ranger.
So you're just confused.
I almost got through it. Oh my God, you guys almost let me get through it.
Bro, we've heard all this before. You're not saying anything new. Bro, you just want to exfoliate. We've heard all this before. So the thing is, we've heard all of this before. There's nothing new in this. We know that you can, using the scientific method, prove certain things, and you can falsify most of the things with most of the things you use the scientific method for is falsifying things. However, you can prove certain things with it. However, it's your interpretation of the experiment could be wrong, and that's where your error could lie. However, the experimental results don't change.
The thing that I was getting at was that in science there's often a null hypothesis, and then you...
Yeah, we are aware.
I know. God, dude, you're having such a hard time not interrupting me. You have a null hypothesis, and then you disprove the null hypothesis. And...
Yeah, that's when you falsify your presumed cause.
Can you prove
like we did with the globe? Like we presumed there was a curve. We tested for the curve, and there was no curve.
Drake, just real quick question: can you prove a null hypothesis?
Yes.
I don't. From all.
Well, you are confirming the null hypothesis. You make two hypotheses. When you make the hypothesis, you make like the independent variable causes the effect. That's your hypothesis. And then you have the null hypothesis. The independent variable doesn't cause the effect. So either one gets proved. Like your interpretation of like what aspect of the thing you're trying, like when they used oranges to cure scurvy, like they didn't know there was vitamin C inside the orange, but they knew that the orange worked. So like the concept that they had that the orange was the cure was technically right and wrong, but they still proved something with it.
The thing that I'm so the phrase would be you failed to reject the null hypothesis, and there's a really good reason why scientists don't ever say they proved the null hypothesis, because they're always in that. And the same thing you posted earlier is that what is the models are all wrong, right? These are just these are our best estimates as to how it works.
No, it's also because the models are idealized. There are too many factors that cannot be factored into any single model, and so all of the models must be simplified in order to be working models, at least so that we can use them.
Yes, totally. I just think the important thing that I'm bringing up is these models are best descriptions of how these things work, and then you run experiments to see if they map onto reality. And if you were to find an experiment that showed that the model does not work, I'm so sorry, T-Dub's gotta let me. I don't know why people have a hard time.
Yeah, because you're wrong most of the time. That's why.
I know, but I let you guys get through so many wrong.
Yeah, you're wrong most of the time. That's why he's cutting you off.
Oh, sorry. And then somebody in the chat saying, just wrong thing. Sorry, no, you failed to reject the null hypothesis because it's the presumed best model, but there's the assumption that it could be wrong, right? And you can never know with 100% certainty if you're right.
It's got nothing to do with the model.
True, then you're a fucking idiot. No, that's exactly what
the reason why they do that is because they're trying to avoid the problem I told you about earlier. Is your interpretation of the results can affect how you model it out, and therefore could lead you down a wrong path. So that's why they're not sure if they're correct, because if it turns out that your whole fundamental basis of your belief system is cracked, like they realized Newton didn't work, they realized Einstein didn't work, and so now they're looking for quantum gravity because the foundations aren't really meshing, it isn't working with reality, so they need something to keep it all together. So they use these models, and you have these partial models of everything. We're not building models here, we're just measuring the different variables that they claim are fundamental to their models.
I mean, that's kind of probably why he keeps bringing it up. His belief is based on a model. That's why he's clinging to a model. We're saying all models are wrong. He wants a model desperately.
Yeah, he's talking about pseudoscience.
Drace, are you able to fix your mic? It's pretty distorted and very loud.
Oh, yeah. I need to buy a new mic or something. Thanks for letting me know.
Yeah, it's just very loud, and maybe you could come back from the mic a little bit.
It's either really loud or really low. So, like, there's no in between. I just need to know one.
Oh, you're right.
I'll spare you the audio hurt from listening to me speak, so I'll...
I think you're just getting a little too close to the mic, that's all.
Probably.
Yeah. So I'm not going with what you're saying.
and then wondered what was going on. Not the other way around. Not
He's
looking
already-
for confirmation bias.
He's already stuck. There's no proving things according to him. We're already stuck.
Two things. Flat Earth Ranger, things can't be proven to 100%. Two.
Yes, they can.
So you're just saying things then. So you're just saying things?
No, this is the philosophical problem that I think might be a good thing to stick on then. Is that you guys think you can know things for absolute certainty?
Yes, fire is hot.
Yeah.
What
Heat
do
boils
you
water.
know with absolute certainty?
I just said, fire is hot. Heat boils water. There's lots of things.
What's hot?
Science proves
What does hot
or
mean?
disproves.
What is hot?
Science proves or disproves the cause.
Daz, what's
presumed
hot?
cause of a
Yeah, how many times do we have to descend into redefining words because people can't understand that things can be proven? Why do we have to redefine hot? What is hot? Why does he descend into this
Maybe because
nonsense?
it's just
Because
an example that you brought up.
Because he believes that things can't be proven. Like, what's wrong with him?
woke science. Just make it up to suit your feelings.
No, it's what literally every single scientist believes.
Yeah, no, just you.
Can't
Just
know
you.
things.
Just you are saying
No,
these
every
things. Just you.
every
Just you, sir.
scientist has a reservation
just
on.
you, sir.
He knows every scientist.
Yeah, there.
You do?
Yeah. That's crazy because none of them are in here.
Did you talk to every single one of them?
I know all of them.
You know all of them, but he doesn't know what hot means.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
we have
this
to
is just-
redefine words only based off of his premise that we can't prove things.
No, I just want
based
you
on
to
science. Like, what's
define-
wrong? With,
I-
I
No,
don't
Flat Earth
understand.
Ranger,
Why
I
do
want
we?
you to
Why
define
are there
and argue
always
your
people that?
position.
No. There are always people that descend into redefining words because things are facts. Why
I
do
just
you
want you
do
to
that?
define your words.
No. I want to know why.
No. I just want you to define your words. If you're going to make an argument, if you're going to make a statement that you can know things with 100% certainty, maybe you should be able to describe it.
Hey, I have one question for you, bro. Are you 100% sure that you can't know anything for 100%?
That's actually just built on an
Just say
axiom.
yes. Just say
It's
yes.
axiomatic philosophy. Yeah.
So you're not sure if you can't know anything 100% for sure?
Yes, actually, yeah, definition.
Yes.
100%.
He said yes.
Oh, that's
my
the
God.
100% thing that you know.
Yeah, this is like, oh yeah, can you have
I
a
love
set
it.
of all
I love
sets
it.
that don't contain the set? Yeah, buddy, take a philosophy course. It's fun. You can learn a thing or two. This is what they go into.
You're the one learning. You're the
You're
one
asking
learning. You
great
just learned
questions
that
they
things
go
can be
over in the
proved with
philosophy of
100%
science
certainty.
course.
You don't know
Oh,
anything.
I'm so sorry. A Flat
Yeah,
Earth
you
Ranger.
just proved with 100% certainty
Maybe you
that
can read
you
a
don't
book
know
on the
anything.
philosophy of science because having absolute certainty over anything you just can't do it.
Except for the one
name
thing that you just said.
And a retard.
Maybe say something that you know 100% certainty, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, fire is hot. You just received one. Now we have to redefine hot because you're a dumbass.
Maybe have a conversation
Like,
about your fucking claim, dude. I don't know why it would be problematic. Anybody else want to have a different
you're the only one with the issue. Is fire hot? Yes or no?
No, I just want you to be able to describe your claim.
Yes or no? Is fire hot?
What does hot mean to you?
Yes or no? What does it mean to you?
Is hot 98 degrees Fahrenheit?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. It's your claim, dude, with 100% certainty.
Yeah, that part is subjective. Is fire hot to you?
I think fire is. God, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Yes, it's obviously hot.
Of course.
No,
He's
it's
not
not
sure
hot.
if fire's hot.
No, fire's not hot. No, fire's not hot. How would I know if it's hot? What would hot mean?
Yeah, so he
Oh
just.
my God, I don't want to tell you how to test that.
No, yeah, exactly, dude. What does hot mean? I'm not trying to be disingenuous. I'm trying to be.
And
I'm trying to be
fire
accurate.
explain to you, then you're not ready.
Yeah.
No, you're not ready for the discussion.
Yeah, he's just
you go find
ready
out.
for the
Go find out what it is.
You
I
could
think
touch some
people who aren't
fire
ready
and
for
and
I think people who aren't ready for a discussion are the ones who aren't willing to define a term.
Shouting pony,
Just
you are
one
very
term.
clear.
It's the active
All right,
term in
just
your
a
face.
second. Yeah, just a second. You were very clear. You said fire isn't hot. You're obviously wrong. You don't know what you're talking about. This conversation is too high of a level for you. You won't
This is a
understand.
great argument. Fire is hot because, and if you don't think that, you're wrong. Like, is that your full argument? Is that
No,
what
no,
hot
no.
means
You
to
said
you?
fire is hot. It's the simplest of things. Children know that fire is hot. You said
What's
no,
hot?
fire
What's
isn't
hot
hot.
mean to you? Is it
And
98 degrees
now
Fahrenheit? Is
you're
it 100
interrupting
degrees
me. It's so
Fahrenheit?
simple. A
Is it
child can understand it.
105?
But
If it's so
because you
simple,
have a
tell me
mental
the
disorder,
degree.
you have to
Tell me
interrupt me and be
tell me
spinning
the
her nonsense.
Fahrenheit that
Yeah,
is hot.
you don't
Tell me
have
the
to talk
line.
through me. You don't have to talk through me if you want to listen. Yeah, children can understand that fire is hot. You said no, fire isn't hot. This conversation is too advanced for you, sir.
So if I ask a child what temperature is hot and what the line is for
No, no,
things that
no.
are hot
That's
and
not the
aren't.
bottom line. Children understand that fire is hot. You say
So
fire
I'm gonna go
isn't
ask a
hot.
5-year-old when
We are
things
just
become
talking.
Yeah,
hot.
a 5-year-old is more
I just
advanced
want
than
to
you.
finish,
That's the point,
bro.
sir.
This is a wonderful argument, Flat Earth.
All
Yeah,
you
so
have to know is what fire
yeah,
is.
fire is hot, right? And for you to say fire is cold when the coolest fire that you can possibly get is like 200 degrees Celsius, right? That just shows you're a dumbass.
Yeah, you're actually a
Don't know.
danger to people.
Yeah.
You wouldn't try and prevent someone from getting injured.
Fire is cold, guys. Yeah. Don't let this guy
advise someone-
teach people.
Right, yeah. Like, bro, parents have,
And it's
one of the first things you have to teach children, if you are in an environment where fire is a regular occurrence within your environment, and you have children, they must understand and know. And they will soon find out anyway if they dare to. They know what fire is. You don't need explaining to what fire is, do you?
Yeah, that was like the conversation a couple of weeks ago and this morning even, like where it descends into something strange where we have to redefine words and people don't understand what things that are objective are. And like DJ said, he's just not ready for the conversation, or he's just like I said, he's just spazzing out because facts are facts. I don't know.
It's like just another coping mechanism because he has no globe evidence. He has to come in here and spaz out about different things.
Hey, I've come to a debate.
There is no debate, my friend.
Yeah, that's why I'm not starting it.
No, I think you're misinformed. That hold on a second. What were you going to debate?
I was going to make the claim that the Earth is a globe.
Oh, well, that's not really up for debate at the moment. I mean, what do you got?
Well, what don't I have? What don't I have? Let's go with
Earth
that.
curvature. You don't have any Earth curvature. That's the problem.
What I mean, what do you mean have? Like
okay, the globe. There's no curvature, so you don't have the globe. That's what you don't have.
Okay, so why do you think that I don't have that?
No, I know that you don't have that.
How do you
Prove
know
me
that?
wrong. Because I've been looking into this. Yeah, because I know you're not going to be able to present any empirical evidence.
So you know
of Earth
without
curvature.
a doubt that I am unable to prove that the Earth has curvature.
100%.
All right. So what is proof? Like, what would you identify as proof?
Just evidence of Earth curvature. Yeah, I already said. Yeah, empirical evidence of Earth curvature.
Yeah,
that matches the radius value of the globe. Well, this is a you problem, right? So present the best you've got.
Yeah, but I'm just saying there's so many things.
Well, there isn't anything. Right? There isn't anything at all, so there's nothing that you could possibly present.
But I'm just saying, would you need me to get like measuring tape and go around the Earth? Like, I don't know what you would...
No, it's not going to work. It's not going to work for you. There's no curvature, so you're kind of screwed no matter what you try.
Also, when he asks you for proof, you haven't said anything yet.
Yeah, you said there are many things. How about
dude? I can start listing off a fucking bullet.
Yeah, just give us one example now.
Empirical evidence.
Just give us one example right now, and we'll.
Let's say we hop on a spaceship.
Okay, did you do that?
Nah, but like
okay, so you're not gonna give empirical evidence. You're gonna give faith-based answers. You're gonna give trust me, bros.
So
okay, it's not something that you or I can validate. Right, 26 people have only ever claimed to have left low Earth orbit, and that was over 50 years ago, and on the nonsense Apollo missions. Okay, so that's not something that me and you are going to be able to validate. So that's why I specifically said empirical evidence of Earth curvature Not
But what
like
you're
trust
requiring
me,
is for
trust
me
NASA.
to do every single experiment myself. You know,
anyone throughout all of history.
Anyone's empirical evidence. Anyone's. You can present
You
anyone's.
don't have to have
be
done
yours.
it. Exactly. Anyone.
Okay.
It should, like, preferably, you know, this kind of thing should be repeatable. You know, it's not something that.
So the numerous like satellites, are they like?
You can't validate any of that.
I could ask multiple people that have worked on these satellites, like what they were doing and how they sent them up, and I guess like if every single one of them are lying, and that's probably
sent them
like,
up into a second law of thermodynamics.
that's probably like what? What are the chances? Like thousands of people
sent
that
them up into a second law of thermodynamics violation.
Yeah. So look, what I was claiming, bro, is that you're not able to provide any empirical evidence of drop over distance on the Earth. Right? You can't go and validate your space stuff.
What?
So there, that's where we're at, right? And we've got so much evidence at this point, right, that there's no drop over distance. So it's going to take a hell of a lot for you to be able to counter all of these, no drop over distance. Like you would have to have drop over distance.
You mind drawing me up what you're talking about?
Curvature. He's talking about curvature.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like if the Earth's a globe with a radius of 3959, right, we can work out how much curvature there should be over a particular distance. So if you have a 20-mile lake,
if the scientists that do claim the size of this globe is as big as it is, then we wouldn't be able to see it with our little eyes.
You're in a category error. Sorry, DJ. Scientists don't deal with geometry of Earth, dude. They're in a complete category error.
Curvature, do you think there should be over, say, a 20-mile body of water?
Dude, I don't like. What do you want? Like a number?
Like, yeah. Like, what would your guess be if you had to guess? I don't expect you to know.
You would have to like work out the math with the formula.
Yeah. So if I told you it was about,
I guess,
just under 300 feet of curvature over that 20-mile lake,
160 inches.
Yeah. 293 foot.
I guess what is
21 miles is
in
292.
perspective of? Like, is there like a baseline that you're talking about? Like,
just drop over distance. If the Earth's a globe, you have to have a certain amount of drop over
distance. This guy just threw out like 100 inches. 100 inches with respect to what? But
no. How much drop over distance? Right. So if you have a ball a certain size, right, and you have a portion of that ball, like you can work out how much curvature there should be over that distance.
Drop over distance. That's like a vector. You're talking about a vector here. But,
so if you're standing, right, if you're standing on top of the globe, right, and you got 20 miles in front of you, how much should it drop? So if you draw a straight line, right, out from your eye, and then a right angle, right, and then measure the distance of the line that goes down and touches the surface. So you can work out how much drop there would be over the distance by doing it that way. And the answer is about 270 280.
So what am I visually? What am I visually saying here? Like you're saying that there's no change, I guess. Like let's say like the classic approach is like a ship is exiting the horizon, right?
Well, let's stick with the 20-mile lake example because I got an observation here. That's 21 miles across a lake, right? And it's the Great Salt Lake in Utah, and it's a crystal clear day, and the surface of the water is like a mirror. Right, it's that flat. So do you want to have a look?
I don't know what you're
60 inches.
I don't know what you're asking me.
Yes. So this is a 21-mile observation, right? Okay. So on a globe you would okay. So on a globe you would have to have 293 foot of curvature over that distance. Do you agree?
It's 160 inches.
I haven't looked into what you're talking about, so I can't agree.
Robnoxious, what are you talking about, dude? It's 293 foot according to the basic mathematics.
No, it's not. It's 8 inches per mile.
Squared, idiot.
No, the mile squared, not the fucking calculation.
Dude, it's basic. This is basic math.
Then why can't you do it?
Do you want me to? What do you mean? Why can't I do it? I just told you the math. I told you the answer. You can go double check it on any Earth.
Robnoxious, if you suck at math, why don't you just type in Earth curve calculator and let it do it for you?
So it looks like the curvature. Let's see.
Yeah, don't be dumb like Robnoxious.
8 inches per mile squared.
Yeah, 8 inches per mile squared. It will work perfectly fine for this.
Okay.
Okay, so it's a 21-mile observation, right? The answer is 293 foot. So do you want to take my word for it, or do you want to double check the math, right? So you could go to Google and type in Earth curve calculator and pick anyone you want. And right, so you can just check that if you want.
Hold up. All right, so what are you telling me? You're telling me, let's see. All right, what's the target distance looking like?
21 miles.
I got you. What's the elevation?
Well, 293 foot is right, just the drop over distance in general, right? So in this particular observation, we have a 5-foot observation height. So taking the 5-foot observation, yeah. So if you take that into account, so the shoreline on the other side of the lake should be obstructed by about 230 foot or something.
I guess what experiment are you referring to that disproves this?
It's not an experiment; it's an observation.
No, it's the curvature calculator. It's the claim where you should be seeing the obstruction. It's the claim for the globe.
Yeah. So the horizon, yeah.
I'm looking at the calculator.
Have a look in the side chat.
I'm saying,
my friend, have a look in the side chat. Have a look in the side chat.
Yes.
Right? So here's the screenshot. Okay, so the observation height, right, 5 foot. Target distance, 21 miles. And then we've got distance to horizon, 2.7 miles. And we've got target hidden height, 223 feet. Okay. Right, keep a good eye on that distance to horizon. I haven't posted it yet. I'm going to post some screenshots from the video and a clip from the video, and then I'll post the whole video after I explain it.
Okay.
Okay. So this is a picture of the camera height. Right. So he's just put the camera here, and then 21 miles away is the other side of the lake. Okay. So I'll just pop the. Yeah, so I'll just pop the 1 second, the Google Maps like distance checking tool. 1 second. Sorry, dude, my computer's kind of spazzing out. All right. Okay, so this is the location. It's the Great Salt Lake in Utah. Okay, and he's at like the distance marker that's on the top of that image, right? And he's going to be zooming in over to the shoreline on the other side of the lake. Okay, so you've seen the point of observation there where he's got his camera set up. All right, so here's a GIF that I took out of the video. Okay, so he's going to zoom in across the lake. Now, once again, remember, on a globe, you would have to have a horizon at 2.73 miles. Okay, so we have no horizon whatsoever present. Okay, and we can see the shoreline on the other side of the lake. We can see the smokestack on the other side of the lake, and we can see all of the buildings with the lights on. Right, now I'll show you a photo of what it looks like on the other side of the lake, right? Because he's got another guy on the other side of the lake. All right, so this is what it looks like on the far side of the lake that he's zooming into from close up. Right, so we have no horizon, no geometric horizon. You have to have one if the Earth's a globe, right? And you should have 230 foot obstructed behind that horizon. But in this observation, clearly we have zero obstruction. Okay, so they take another observation, right? It's starting to get late in the afternoon. And they do it when it gets a little bit darker, right on dusk. And this is what it looks like with the zoom on dusk as well, right? So not only can we see the entire town still, right? We can see the lights, and then we can see the lights reflecting off some small puddles that are on the shoreline on the other side of the lake. And then they do go on and do a laser test after this as well. But we don't even need to get into that because this observation alone is evidence enough. And then, yeah, once again, in this last image, you'll see that we have a perfect specular reflection on the surface of the water. Are you still here, Goose?
In body.
I'm not even sure if that's true either. I'm here for serious conversations about the shape of the planet.
Rob, is your new conspiracy that the Earth curve calculators have been lying to us all along? I mean, I know you're into conspiracies.
No, the Earth curve calculator doesn't lie. The people who use it, I'm not saying they're lying, they're just not using it.
So when they say put in the target distance and you put in 21 miles, and then it says put in the observer height, so you put in 5 foot for the observer height, and then it says 231 foot should be obstructed.
What was the object height you're looking at?
It's the shoreline on the other side.
What's the height of the shoreline?
It's the right where it meets the water.
0.
Dude.
Like his IQ.
Bingo.
Shoreline, right? Where the shore meets the water.
Yeah. Okay. So how come you never showed a picture of the shoreline across that lake?
I did show the shoreline. Yeah, I did,
No, you didn't.
dude.
No, you didn't show me the shoreline. I want to see a guy on the beach with a fucking lawn chair.
You want to see Dan the Waterman? He's got plenty of that stuff for you.
No, I want to see a guy on the fucking beach, laying on the beach. Show me a guy laying on the beach.
I look, okay, so look, this is the view from the other side, right? The far side. Okay, have a look in the side chat.
I've seen it many times. That's a bullshit.
That's the
video.
shoreline.
Yep.
What's bullshit about it?
Because you're telling me that column is taller than the mountain behind it?
What are you talking about? It's the tallest smokestack in the world. It's like freaking, it's like 1,000 foot or more than 1,000 foot tall.
So it's taller than the mountain behind it.
No, dude, do you know what perspective is?
Okay,
so if you stick your finger in, if you put your finger in front of your eye,
I know, dude.
If you put your finger in front of your eye, dude, if you put your finger in front of your eye and it can be taller than a mountain in the background, does that mean your finger's taller than the mountain?
Okay, it's not a finger. We're talking about the smokestack and the mountain behind it. That mountain is a lot higher than the smokestack.
Which is not a part of the discussion in the first place, Robnoxious. So now, before you
laying on the beach, show me a guy laying on the beach.
I look.
That's a bullshit.
That's the shoreline.
Yeah.
What's bullshit about it?
Because you're telling me that column is taller than the mountain behind it.
What are you talking about? It's the tallest smokestack in the world. It's like freaking. It's like 1,000 foot or more than 1,000 foot tall.
So it's taller than the mountain behind it.
No, dude. Do you know what perspective is?
Okay,
So if you stick your finger in, if you put your finger in front of your eye,
I know, dude.
If you put your finger in front of your eye, dude, if you put your put your finger in front of your eye and it can be taller than a mountain in the background, does that mean your finger's taller than the mountain?
Dude,
if you put your finger in front of your eye, dude, if you put your finger,
I've seen it many times. That's a bullshit.
That's the
video.
shoreline.
Yep.
What's bullshit about it?
Because you're telling me that column is taller than the mountain behind it?
What are you talking about? It's the tallest smokestack in the world. It's like freaking. It's like 1,000 foot or more than 1,000 foot tall.
So it's taller than the mountain behind it.
No, dude. Do you know what perspective is?
Okay,
so if you stick your finger in, if you put your finger in front of your eye,
I know, dude.
If you put your finger in front of your eye, dude, if you put your finger in front of your eye and it can be taller than a mountain in the background, does that mean your finger's taller than the mountain?
Okay, it's not a finger. We're talking about the smokestack and the mountain behind it. That mountain is a lot higher than the smokestack.
Which is not a part of the discussion in the first place, Rob.
I just want to know why the thousands and thousands of foot mountain behind that thing is not higher than that smokestack.
Go and ask us.
What are you
I'm
suggesting?
asking you. You're the experts. I'm not suggesting that the Earth is flat. Those mountains look lower because the Earth's curved.
Your answer, maybe.
Okay, here we go. Right, so this is the smokestack.
I'm still waiting for the picture of the guy on the beach. Just take a picture of the guy on the beach. Can you show me a picture of the guy on the beach?
Moving the goalpost. That's just moving the goalpost.
Dude, look in the side chat.
That's the dumbest thing I ever heard. It's a goalpost.
So when you look at the smokestack from a distance, obviously it's way shorter than the mountain. Right now, look, it's not taller than the mountain anymore, is it?
Oh, you mean the picture? The picture has pitch black. I got you. The pitch black picture. I got you.
Okay, would you like a lighter version? I just
want to pick. I want a picture across.
Okay, the lake. So that one was too dark, right? So I'll give you a lighter one. Yeah, I got one here, ready to go.
Thanks, DJ. I appreciate it, man. So I just want to know why can't the guy with the camera that he's zooming in on, why can't he look across at another guy zooming in on the camera? They can both look at each other. Why can't they do that?
Dude, they shot lasers at each other.
I don't care about lasers. Why can't you answer the question I asked, dude? Why can't I look across to my buddy with holding his little whatever he's holding, and I'm holding what I'm holding, and we can look at each other? Why can't
you can get off your fat ass and go outside and do it instead of barking at us.
How much do you think? How much do you think that thing can fucking resolve, bro?
The silence is deafening. I feel like somebody's talking to another person privately.
It's okay. It's just another moment of silence for the dead globe.
Old dude has been shown repeatedly and refuses to listen, observe, open his eyes, and just relax. It's okay. Paradigm shifts are difficult. We get it.
You'll come to know Robnoxious, and he doesn't get it, and he'll never get it. He's one of the resident anti-flat earthers that comes in here.
Well, I welcome them all, but sometimes they just refuse to see, and I don't know why. I mean, it's funny because we're in here, we're discussing the 3959 radius, and what's even more interesting is that when you and I did it on the whiteboard at home, Google came up with a 3960. So whoops, they're having to raise their calculations by 1 foot because I think they're realizing that they're losing
Yeah.
control over the
That's what it seems
narrative.
like, because every time I check the information, right, and like something always changes, and I'm like, look at you, look at Google trying to push back the goalpost.
Exactly. And so there's another guy on Facebook who's trying to flat smack me or globe smack me, and I just flat smacked him back, and I'm like, boom, there you go, eat your shit.
All you got to do is lay out that Earth curve calculator and those long distance observations, and it's done. It's done.
Yes, ma'am.
And they want to be like, well, what about taking a rocket to space? And no, we don't have to do that. We've already falsified the globe from the ground.
Massive facts. Got to take a picture of the whiteboard, go over to my room, take a picture of the whiteboard, post it. We've been doing this. It's just too funny.
Poor Rob. I know. Rob wants, the world to be this fantastical fairy tale, all of these shooting stars and planets, galaxies, and all this craziness. And then when you find out that it's really nothing like that, yeah, it is. It's kind of a little plain. No pun intended.
The problem is that people have romanticized the globe theory, and so that's why the cognitive dissonance is so strong.
Ultimately, it's a religion. Heliocentrism is a religion, and they just don't know it.
Well, then let us have a moment of silence for the death of that religion.
As if it would be something meaningful.
He's a goofy goober. Wait a second. Rob, are you taking this? Rob is getting his angles from the center of his ball. Is that what you're doing here, buddy?
Yeah, he had mentioned something like, well, the top of the target, as if it would be a bigger radius from that height, so it would be a different drop over distance. As if it would be something meaningful.
He's a goofy goober. Wait a second. Rob, are you taking this? Rob is getting his angles from the center of his ball. Is that what you're doing here, buddy? Radius drop. Okay, I know. I see what you're doing. Okay, radius. Okay, got it. Yeah, except that radius has already been falsified multiple times. So you don't have a radius of 3959. You don't have a radius at all. Ah, poor Rob. You think that math is your reference frame.
Well, math is what's finite. You know what I mean? Math doesn't lie. Math gives you results. And so if you cannot come up with a mathematical globe equation, then how am I to believe you? That's just where I come from it.
Well, I mean, they've got this calculation, right? But the problem is, it's been falsified. So they don't have any globe math, right? And for as much as the numbers don't lie, well, that's fine. People lie about numbers. People can make up numbers. People can manipulate the numbers to make something look like something else, which is exactly what has happened with Earth. Earth is only a ball mathematically, not in physical reality. And Rob doesn't like that.
Yeah, but you and I figured out, since we are native Californians, originally native Californians, standing on the shoreline of Long Beach, California, and looking out across the ocean to Catalina Island, we did all those calculations, and it is absolutely not possible to see the entire island from the harbor to the top to the tallest point if there's curve. There's just no way. You just wouldn't be able to do it.
Yeah, they want to cry refraction, but they don't have any evidence of light refracting or bending and following any kind of curvature of Earth to give you an image of the thing that's actually hidden. They might as well be claiming that it's like a hologram.
Yeah. Oh, I saw a meme. I was going to send you that meme. Damn it, I missed it. But they were doing the refraction memes, and I'm like, good God, help me! I think my head's going to explode.
All right, Rob, look, dude, I unmuted you, right? And you're going to have to go online and you're going to have to find me an Earth curve calculator and show me that over 21 miles, the result isn't 293 foot of drop over distance. Or I'm going to ban you. Simple as that. So yeah, it's your choice what you want to do. Or just admit you were wrong. Or admit you were wrong. So prove me wrong, right? Admit you were wrong.
Yeah.
Or present evidence.
You want me to go on the Earth curve calculator?
Go get an Earth curve calculator. Put in 21 miles.
I'm going on it right now. Okay.
Post a screenshot in the side chat.
Dude, the ban threats are the worst.
I don't give a shit, bro. I'll do it without hesitation.
Well, I know that.
I just don't like bullshit artists, bro. Like, I think you're trolling at this point. You have to be trolling.
Yeah.
If you
but
think
I come
you're
here all the
correct,
time and never have any issues.
prove yourself correct.
You have an issue, I'm going to get banned. I don't understand.
Well, I don't like bullshit artists. I don't like. Look, I feel like you're.
A lot of people don't like a lot of things, though, man.
This is what I feel like you're trying to do. Is like try to trigger people, like trying to get a reaction out of people or something like that.
Well, that's your opinion, man.
I don't think so. Do you actually not think that there's 293 foot of claimed curvature over 21 miles?
I'm going to go to the Earth curve calculator, put in the same measurements you did, and if it says the same thing you did, then that's what the Earth curve calculator says.
Well, if you're going to put in 5 foot observer height, it's going to change it to 230 foot approximately.
All right, so the eye height is what?
Well, it's 5 foot in the observation, but that wasn't my claim. I was just talking about just in general how much drop there is over the distance. The eye height doesn't matter.
Done already.
Can you go through me? 21 miles, right? I already did it. I want to do it with them.
Robnoxious.
So, the eye height.
Target distance, 21 miles.
Yep. Just put in the eye height as 0. Right? Because this isn't about an observation. This is just about the general drop over distance.
There you go.
If it doesn't let you put 0, put 0.001 or something.
And then I'm telling you the target hidden height, 294 feet. Is that what you got?
So exactly what I said.
0.0868.
I said 293 approximately. So yeah, 294.
Well, mine says 294.0868. That's what mine says exactly.
So it's a little different from your 160, whatever it was you claimed earlier, inches.
160 inches.
No.
Yeah.
No, you guys weren't
294 feet is a little different to 160 inches, Rob. Even you know that.
You weren't understanding what I was saying.
Bullshit, Rob.
So your math stuffed up then.
No, I double checked my math before I came here.
No, eat some humble pie, you fuckhead.
So your math should have come out at 294 foot, roughly.
Yeah, so why does it say that?
300.
So is the calculator wrong? Or are you wrong?
No, I'm not wrong, and the calculator's not wrong.
Well, you said
if you're not wrong, why did you not get a very similar answer to the online calculator? Maybe that calculator's wrong. Try another one.
I just did. I did, but you're not understanding where that comes from.
No, I said how much curvature is there over 21 miles? You said it's 160 inches.
Yeah, but you're not understanding what that means, dude.
Explain it. Go ahead.
I'm going to bring up this thing. Hold on, I need some help with my math thing here. I got it all set up.
Just explain it. Just explain it. It should be very simple.
It is.
So how much I'll ask you again, how much curvature is there over 21 miles?
According to the Earth Probe calculator, 294 feet.
Is that correct? Is that correct?
Yes, it's correct on the calculator, yes.
Okay, so it's not 160 inches.
No, not on the calculator. Here we go, right here. Ready? I gotta find this fucking math problem. No, one second.
Yeah, ready? Where are you showing this?
I'm looking. I'm still reading. I'm still looking at finding this shit. Reading.
Are you full of shit, Rob? Piss off, bro. That's just disingenuous. Just get out.
What are you talking about, man?
No, don't insult our fucking intelligence. Just get out. Can't even explain it. You can't just admit you're wrong. You can't just accept the observation. Just get out.
I said the same number that he did.
No, you said 160 inches.
No, that was about something different, dude. That's what I'm saying. He said, what wasn't there about the Earth?
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't.
I said how much curvature is there over... Yeah, I said how much curvature.
You don't even know what I was talking about when I said 160 inches. So don't sit there and try.
You don't know what you were talking about when you said 160 inches.
You're just angry. You're looking for to kick people out.
No, that was the response that you gave from the exact same question that you asked.
That was a different with the other guy.
No, the same question that was asked that you asked the Earth Curve calculator. That was your response to it. The exact same question.
It was a different question with the other guy. The other guy was
no, it wasn't.
Just admit you were wrong, Rob.
Come on, Rob. You can do it, man.
Rob. Take a knee and just say you're stuffed up.
Just start with
what am I wrong about? What am I wrong about?
With I might be wrong. Just say maybe like that. I might be wrong.
Yeah, there's definitely a possibility anybody can be wrong, but I don't understand what I'm wrong about in this situation.
There being 150 inches of drop over 20 miles. Was it? Sorry, what was the exact distance? Across what distance, DJ?
First of all, I didn't even get my whole statement
21 miles.
I didn't even get my whole statement out about that.
Dude, you'll get the same result if you do 8 inches per mile squared. It's the same result.
I know, that's what I was trying to say, man. I just had my numbers a little off.
Well, I told you that earlier. I said you got to square it, right? It's got to be squared. You just said 8 inches per mile, and then you said 160 inches or something like that.
Yeah, but the 8 inches per square mile is not accurate.
No.
Like a long distance.
No, it's not per square mile. It's per mile squared.
Yeah, per mile squared.
Yeah, so that means it's 294 foot over 21 miles.
Maybe Naxi can show you how to prove a globe, maybe. Naxi, are you there?
I'm just listening.
I know, but at least maybe you could like tell them like this is how you would prove it, dude.
Nah, I'm just listening.
I don't know.
All this was because I asked for the picture on the beach because you know you can't produce that picture. You can't take a picture.
Dude, you can see. What do you mean? It's. I showed you that. I already showed you that.
You didn't show me the guy on the beach with the camera.
Why would he need to show you a guy on the beach when that's not a part of his presentation?
Because it proves that the Earth is fucking flat.
So let me get this straight. DJ's gone out of his way to grab all these slides, stills out of video footage, and instead of watching the presentation, you get some harebrained scheme that there needs to be a dude on a beach in order to prove everything that DJ said.
No, not at all. Everything he has is very fucking important and very useful. I'm just saying it would have been extra helpful if he would have stood on the beach and he looked at the other beach and seen the guy with the camera on the other beach.
Well, here's an idea. Instead of appealing to DJ and crying to him about something that he didn't do, go and get the person who did the original lot of filmography and say to them, you fucked up, we want a dude on the beach, produce it or this doesn't count.
Yeah, I've done this before, so it doesn't really matter to me.
Well, put a dude on the beach. We know you like staring at dudes on the beach.
Yeah, for sure.
Dude, in the video, there's another guy on the beach, right? And they shoot lasers at each other, and you can see the guy's laser from the beach on the other side.
You can see the laser, but does a laser hit the guy? Does a laser hit the other guy?
What do you mean does the laser hit the other guy?
You know, if you put a laser on someone's chest, you can see the laser. If I put a laser across the laser,
you can see the guy shining. You can see the guy shining the laser.
You see the light refracting. You see the light refracting, but the laser never hits your chest, does it?
Dude, you can see the shoreline on the other side of the lake.
Okay,
you can see it.
You think you can?
It's what? No, you can. What do you mean? You think you can? You can blatantly see it.
I know. You can see it with your eyes, man. Your eyes can deceive you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you could actually leave that shore and just keep focusing and keep focusing and keep focusing in as you get further and further away and still be able to see the shore from that distance. Uh-oh. So there debunks your stupid bendy light argument.
Yeah, if you can see
done there, bro.
If you can see the beach the man is supposedly standing on, how the hell is the man going to help your argument?
Because you prove that the fucking lake is flat. As simple as that. If I can see the guy waving at me,
look in the side chat.
He's waving.
Look in the side chat. You can see the beach. You can see the beach.
Well, you can see what looks to be a beach. I mean, you don't know what the fuck's over. It's all blurry.
Okay, now I can show you a close-up from that side.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I mean, I'm all about being cordial. I got no problem. You
do? Dude, look in the side chat.
I'm always looking, dude. Trust me.
That's what you can see. Right? See the water. See the water on the beach? Can you see that?
Yeah, I see it.
Right? So at nighttime, you can see the light reflecting off those little puddles of water on the beach. Right? So that's lower than a person standing.
But the second pic has no water.
Yeah,
and there's no way that's 20 miles across. There's no way that's 20 miles, dude.
Okay, is that a problem for the globe if it is 21 miles across? Right, so have a look at the picture I just posted. Right, you can see the little.
That pic is not 21 miles.
Hold on. Yeah, it's 21 miles.
The dry pic, the one that 10:28 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. No, it's not. I live on Lake St. Clair, Michigan, dude.
Rob, shut up for a second.
I want to fucking say something, dude.
Yeah, you're saying too fucking much, and you're wasting everyone's time. Start listening to what people are saying instead of just going into Rob meltdown mode. When you first looked at there and you were saying you want a guy on the beach, oh, I don't accept that because it's all blurry when DJ put it up at 27 past, and then he posted the close-up of the beach. Did you hear the close-up bit of the beach? Or you chose not to listen to that because Rob just wants to be Rob? Start listening or start not being in
classic cope. It's absolute classic cope. This is hilarious. Like, I mean, prime example of cognitive dissonance.
Okay,
Rob,
so
look at the zoom.
okay.
Hold on, Rob.
I'm still looking at
look at the GIF. Look at the GIF that I just posted.
Okay.
Right, the image above it is the same zoom, right? Just later on.
Yeah, nighttime.
You can see.
But
okay, can see the same zoom during the day.
I'm looking at the ones you posted. Yeah, I'm looking at the ones you posted. Okay, so the ones you posted at 10:27, 10:28. I'm looking at them respectively. I mean, are these the same pictures on the same day? Are you saying that these are different pictures or the different days? Or,
no, this is the same day. This is all in.
Okay,
it's all in the video.
So,
I'll post the video for you if you want.
Yeah, but the picture on the bottom at 10:28 is taken like during the bright of day. Looks possibly like the early morning, and there's no water in the lake. People are walking on it. The picture above it is taken later in the day, and it has water in the lake.
No, dude. So this is pre-zoom, right? Look at the water.
There's like it's dry, dude. That's a dry lake. Look at it.
It's not a dry. You can see
there's
the
people
water.
walking on it. There's people walking in the middle of it. What are you talking about?
What are you talking about, dude?
Zoom in. There's people walking in the lake bed.
Okay, Robnoxious. That lake bed is the beach that you see from the long distance shot. Do you understand that?
Dun, dun, dun.
Holy shit, bro. There's your person, there's your people, and there's your guy on the beach, bro.
Dudes on a beach.
Those guys are
requested.
those guys are like a half mile away, dude, from the picture. Guy taking the picture. You guys are out of your mind. What's wrong with you guys, dude?
That
you
beach
zoom in.